What's good? Welcome back to another episode of the Don's Favorite here on Forever I Love Atlanta Sports Podcast. It's your boy the Don back again. We here to talk on an uncomfortable topic tonight. The state of the Atlanta sports fans here in our hey, we got to get into it. I brought on Latravis was good, man.
What's going on, dog? How everybody doing out there this evening?
Hey man, appreciate you coming on, man. Hey, if you're new to the channel, y'all already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this content out with Atlanta Sports Fanatics, and hit us up in the comment section. As always, come holler at your hometown sports podcast. What's good, Atlanta Nation? Sports and gaming, what's good, man? What's good, Night? Hey, man, happy birthday, man. Happy early birthday next Monday. So, your birthday, July 5th. So, I don't know if I'm doing anything that day. Probably might do a show. We might do a show on Saturday. I don't think we're doing anything on the 4th, though. But just remind me, man, and I'll shout you out on the next show for, on the birthday, man. What's good,
Yeah, the
King?
fourth that Sunday.
Yeah, the 4th is on a Sunday. So, and most people are off on Monday. I know my fiance, she's off work Monday, so
We'll be
we
calling,
gotta go
we'll
to.
be calling in.
Yeah. Well, no, she's off. I ain't gotta work right now, so I'm good. So I may end up doing something that day, and I may do a show that night. I don't know. It all depends. What's good, Zora? No problem. Night. Let's go ahead and get into the topic. All right. So, as we know, our Hawks right now are in the Eastern Conference Finals. That's the biggest thing for us, all of the sports teams in the metro area. Um, right now, they are down 2 games to 1. Game 4 will be coming up Wednesday. And a lot of people, my volume low. Can y'all hear me? Hold on. I might be too far from the mic. Is that a little better? Hope so. All right, but we down 2 games to 1 against the Milwaukee Bucks, and a lot of people right now are upset because what's going on. Now, I did see some people on social media upset about it, and I saw the Travis made a comment the other day. I think was it Friday. Had to been Friday because they played Sunday.
Yeah, it was
So
Friday.
yeah, they played yesterday. So yeah, Friday when you because like we lost game 2 on Friday and then we lost game 3 yesterday. So yeah,
Hmm.
so do you remember what you said on Twitter?
All right. Now I know during the game, Atlanta had like several possessions where they just consistently kept turning the ball over. They weren't getting no shots up. Like they just kept making bad plays over and over, and that led to Milwaukee run. Now, as I said that, I clearly came out and said this is what I've been expecting at some point, which was a meltdown. Now, when I said that, people took it as I've been hating on the Hawks. I got something against the Hawks, anything of that nature. I was like, no, the Hawks been riding on a high. You you took out this 76ers team who most people felt like was a championship caliber team. You took them out on their home floor in a game 7. Then you walked in game 1 against Milwaukee in a Eastern Conference Finals. Mindful now, like in hindsight, y'all don't even supposed to be here. But you walked in to game 1 and took game 1 on their home floor, completely embarrassed them on their home floor. And at some point, I felt like you like if you look at the Hawks games, like don't get me wrong, they found ways to win, but the way how they was winning, it was still kind of sloppy. And at some point, that sloppiness is gonna catch up to you. But y'all been right on the high, so eventually, I felt like you needed a reality check game. Game 2 was exactly that. But when I made the statement that I made, I had Hawk fans, all of my mentions calling me a hater. Oh, y'all, and don't get me wrong, I'm a Lakers fan, but I have people telling me, oh, y'all Georgia Laker fans are different, this, that, and the third. Let me explain something to y'all folks. That's not hate what I said. I'll watch the Hawks more so than I watch Lakers this year because, quite frankly, the Lakers didn't interest me at all. I had my thought process on the Hawks this season was basically y'all was a playoff team, and depending on y'all seeding, you was gonna either be y'all was gonna make it past the first round. Y'all exceeded my expectations for you guys. Now, at this point, everything that y'all have are is basically you're overachieving. I'm being honest about this. Y'all are basically overachieving at this point. Your team is young, very young. I always felt like the inexperience was gonna kick in. It never quite kicked in like I thought it would have. So that's a plus. If to me, y'all are ahead of the curve, y'all way ahead of the curve that I had suspected on most young teams, where you made it to the Eastern Conference Finals with a young crew and whatnot. So like where everybody take most people maybe like they'll say maybe y'all got maybe like another 2 3 years and maybe a couple players in free agency that could like help get y'all over the top. Y'all maybe like one player away, maybe if not, if y'all don't have the team to do it when once everybody is healthy, and you could definitely make a run at the NBA Finals. But what you have to understand, what I said the other day wasn't hate. I wasn't trying to come off and be like the Hawks was done because I clearly said it was one game. You just everybody need a reality check game. Everybody need a game that you because you we all know about life. You learn more from losing than winning. So you take a loss, you reset your mind, reset yourself, and you get back to the drawing board and do what you need to do for the following games coming. Be that as it may, how the game started out last night, it looked like y'all had that. Now, unfortunately, Trey suffered an injury, and that to me I felt like that kind of played a role in why y'all might have took the L last night because at that point when you lose your leader, the confidence of your team dramatically like just
Your
drops.
morale lose. You lose
Yeah,
morale.
your morale just goes down. So, you know what, King, you're right. Y'all playing with house money. You're absolutely right. So, but like I said, but what Atlanta fans, they were coming at me, attacking me, saying I was being a hater. I've been hating on the team since round one. I didn't even say y'all were gonna lose the series against the Knicks. When y'all took game one, I could have came out and said, okay, okay, y'all won game one, but Tom Thibodeau gonna make adjustments. In hindsight, he did, but how y'all lost game two, I was like, y'all had the series because Thibodeau teams was basically the same teams he always coached. All defense, no offense. When you got a Derrick Rose being your leading scorer and he's 32 years old, injury prone, and supposed to be coming off your bench, that's an automatic loss. An automatic loss.
I'm trying
So
to
and
figure
y'all
out.
did that.
I'm trying to figure out this here, and I love y'all, and it got to be said. It has to be said.
That's
I'm
it.
trying to figure out how this Hawks fan base got so huge all of a sudden. Like, I'm trying to
Bruh.
figure out what these folks was last year.
They
Where these people was at in February. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like,
exactly.
I'm looking
Y'all there
around,
was nowhere in sight
everybody.
in February.
I'm looking around, everybody like got on Hawks shirts, Hawks hats, like believe in Atlanta and stuff like that. I'm like, where y'all? What was all this energy like 5 6 months ago? I ain't even got to go
Mm,
far back to 2 years ago. We know how it was back in 2019, 2020. We know. But
I have I had folks
all of a
telling me
sudden,
I was just
go
saying
ahead.
I had folks telling I would have folks telling me that like you like when I broke out and said that y'all wasn't even rooting for the team back in February. Well, we just dislike Lloyd Pierce. Listen, I understand the Lloyd Pierce part, but let me tell you something, dude. One thing about it, social media don't lie, and I've seen plenty of field folks on my timeline talking about we should have kept Luca, we shouldn't have traded Luca, Luca should have stayed a Hawk, so on and so
I got
forth.
something better for you. I got something better for you. This one of these dudes, and I ain't finna put nobody on blast. We don't do that over here. But I saw one person. He talking about he a ride it out Hawks fan, bruh. Timeline tells everything. I scrolled back to last summer. Last summer, this dude was riding hard for the Miami Heat, saying he a Heat fan and all this other stuff. He done went to a Heat watch party. It was during COVID, so you couldn't go to the games and stuff. And I'm like,
Wait. You a diehard Hawks fan, but you was at a Heat watch party.
bruh,
How that correlate?
that's what I'm trying to figure out. But now, all of a sudden, a year later, you a Hawks fan. Come on, bruh. Come on. I just can't with some of y'all, man. I just really can't.
Again, I'm a diehard Laker fan, but I love basketball. I love the sport. Like you ain't gonna tell me that y'all seen like you're not gonna tell me like I'm being a hater on the squad or you want to come at me and say it reeks of I had Hawks fans telling me this tweet reeks of first round exit. Let me explain something to you, sir. Let me explain something to y'all people real quick. I am a diehard Laker fan, been one since Nick Van Exel because he was my favorite player at one point. But I'm here to tell you, in my lifetime, I've seen five. Yeah, six, but I don't count that Mickey Mouse ring that we won in our YNCA league last year. I hate that crap. But
I mean, that was like a
but
tournament. It was a tournament.
basically, I hate that ring. I hate that ring with so much passion. But but like I've seen five championships in my lifetime. Ye, a lot of the fan base got to get the one. And what I don't like is I hate when I see fans say stuff like, what we deserve. You don't deserve nothing. You got to
And
go
that's
out there
another
and
topic.
earn your keep.
And we got
You
that's another
have to go
topic.
out there and earn it.
And that's another topic we're gonna talk about. So Wallace, this is a good point. He said it's no different than when the Falcons went to the Super Bowl and all of a sudden people came from nowhere. I remember 2016 very vividly, and I'm talking about folks just. I remember I went to the Kansas City game at the Georgia Dome when Matt Ryan he threw the pick to Eric Berry, and we couldn't get the ball back because we were trying to go for two. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember folks just saying, "Oh man, I'm done with this team and all this other stuff." And they went on that win streak, and they ain't lose another game until that dreadful night in February 5th of 2017. But that's what we talking about. Just folks, these fair weather fans coming out of nowhere when the team ain't doing good, y'all hide and know y'all rooting for another team. But with the team doing good, y'all want to go up in your attic or the basement and find that box that's filled with cobwebs, and you want to put on your Atlanta gear. You can't do that, man. I just despise fans like that. Look, I wore this all last year when we went 4-12 with the Falcons. Win, lose, or
Every
draw.
day.
I'm still rooting for my team. Even in the barbershops, even when I go to work or go to a restaurant, you know, like last week, me and my girl we went out. Well, I'm sorry, me and my fiance we went out, and somebody was I had a team shirt on, and like they was talking about the team and all this other stuff, and I'm gonna get negative feedback from people because you know some of our teams aren't up to par where they need to, and that's just the reality of it. But at the same time, I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna still defend my team.
And that's the problem that I have with and that's why I've been telling like Atlanta sports fans, like y'all, like I said, folks get upset when we speak on stuff like this, but like I said, bro, y'all halftime, y'all only miss with the team half of the time. Like y'all are definitely some halftime fans. You don't deal with the squad all the time. I said I done seen some people that quote unquote supposed to be diehard Hawks fans, but you riding LeBron jock like it is no tomorrow. Like how you gonna say you a diehard Hawks fan, but you riding the LeBron jock? Like bro, like if I'm a diehard fan of a player, I'm not jocking nobody else. I might like this person as a player, but I'm not jocking him. Like
Right.
a lot of folks be jocking.
The
And
name
then,
on the
like you
back is
said,
not
you
important. Is
mentioned
no more. Is the name on the back is not important than the name or logo on the front. That's just how I see it
exactly.
as.
And
And
my
Wallace, you
problem
brought up a
is
good point too. Wallace just said that we were going to draft trade with the third pick anyway, and Dallas wanted Luca, and they did the trade. And that's I feel like the Hawks won that. They won that pick. They won the trade. You got so much more out of trade, and then you also had picks to get a Cam Reddish the next year and a DeAndre Hunter. Hunter
right.
like looks real good when he's healthy, real good.
The man is a three. The man is a defensive player, and he's an offensive scorer. Like that's very rare that you could get that. Most people are like a 3 and D. But what I saw in that Knicks series, this man not only could just shoot the three, yeah, he got a mid range jumper as well. Like this dude is an offensive threat, and he could play defense. you found you a good player and y'all young guns. Like what this team what I've been seeing from the Hawks is they could definitely be a force to be reckoned with if they stay together for years to come. Now you may need me personally. I would say you might need like a veteran leadership that could replace Gallinari per se, due to like he can score at times, but he really lacks on the defensive end. Like he can make plays here and there, but he very lacks on the defensive end. And but you need something that could be at least an upgrade from him. But everything else pretty much is pretty much on point. Like I don't understand like how, like I said, I made my observation and folks came at me, but like I said to them, y'all weren't even fans of the Hawks in February. Now all of a sudden I'm a hater on the timeline. Like, bro, I've seen none of you guys. A lot of y'all that's claiming the team, I've not seen y'all on my timeline root for the Hawks. Y'all ain't started rooting for the Hawks until they made the playoffs. Same when you brought back 2016. We was 7-5. And the Georgia Dome wasn't even selling out. But then I think the first game I seen them sell out was when they played the Saints, the last game of the year, which was the game where they brought all the old players back to close out the Georgia Dome, and they had Vic and right away.
I'm laughing at you.
What?
Yeah,
Why that man?
I remember that game.
Yeah, like you.
They talking about, I'm going to see Vic. I'm like, you not gonna go see us?
You ain't gonna go see the team? Like you want to see Vic? Like he ain't even playing. You just going to see Vic? That doesn't make any sense. That made no sense. But they bring a Vic back for the game, man. They bring a Vic back. Okay. Like we literally is a playoff team, and you worried about at this point. You talking about they bring a Vic back, but hello, we are literally fighting for a sec. We literally fighting for the second seed right now.
Exactly.
We win that game, Seattle lose, but we got second seed on lock. But you worried about Vic? Come on, man. Like, I don't understand it. And he said JC is key for us winning the series. I will say this about JC. What JC need to do, what John Collins need to do, is he got to be more assertive. And another thing is, like, if you see Trey kick it to you at the 3-point line, I'm be honest, like, I understand the young man can hit a three from time to time, but what I would like for him to start doing, taking rhythm jumpers. Take a quick jab, a quick one step inside the 3-point line, take the mid range. This is what I hate about like today's NBA. Everybody want to shoot the three, shoot the three, shoot the three. Let me tell you something, man. Points is points.
Yeah, get points
like
you can get them.
Exactly. You take it where you can get them. That means if you got to take a long two, so be it. It's a two. But if the bucket fall, it's a two.
Especially so if you go against Bud and the Bucks, you better get whatever points you can get. Yeah, and I've seen this happen so many times when teams play Milwaukee, they want to try to get greedy and try to go for broke. Like, no, you get twos. You win games by getting twos. But hey.
Another thing I want to speak on, y'all Atlanta fans. Why do y'all say the most idiotic stuff like, well, the Braves supposed to have sacrificed themselves for the Hawks to get a win? Do y'all not understand how stupid that sounds? That sounds asinine as hell.
I see United people saying, "Oh man, United need to lose the match so the Hawks can win." I'm like, come on, man.
That's stupid. Because you ain't.
And I'm disappointed in some. It ain't a lot. I just saw like one person that's United. I don't even know if they're a true United fan, to be honest. But they said something about United need to lose a match, and like I never seen a United fan speak ill will about their own team. Those are the most loyal fans out of all the teams in Atlanta.
Hey, y'all know what city they ain't had to sacrifice their team? Tampa
Bay, yeah. None of those teams down there in that city had to sacrifice anything for the other team to win. Bucks won the Super Bowl. The Lightning won
the Stanley Cup.
They back in the Stanley Cup as we speak.
And the Rays was in the World Series last year. So why they ain't that man say we sacrifice Julio? I am out of here. But but like you ain't see them talk about they sacrificing their team to get win. They won 2 out of 3 championships last year. So why would you want dog? Why would you say some stuff like that? Like we got to sacrifice a team got to sacrifice wins for the other team to be successful. That's dumb. Right now, the reason why the Hawks is successful, coaching. The eventually when the Falcons become successful, coaching. And the reason why the Braves won't be successful as right now, get rid of your manager. Snitzer not it. Get rid
I've
of
been
him.
telling people Snit ain't it. I've said you already have, just like with the Hawks. Lloyd Pierce was not an answer, but you already had a coach in Wayne and Nate McMillan to just come take the spot and get his team the boost that it needs, and which we see now. The Braves in the same situation. You have Ron Washington on the staff to become the manager of this team, but we know that ain't gonna happen. We know that ain't gonna happen.
Unfortunately.
The Braves ain't about that life to bring the Braves organization ain't about that life to hire Ron Washington as the new manager. The man coached in 2 World Series. Could have won one in 2011 if the dude would have just caught the ball and it would have been out 3 and Texas Rangers would have been the World Series champions that year. But they forced a Game 7 and St. Louis won it. But hey, that's another story for another day.
Wait, you. I just thought about it because you said Ron Washington. It just clicked to me. The the African American dude that was the Rangers manager.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
we got him
Mm.
on the staff.
Y'all
We have
do.
him on the staff. Yes, he's the third base coach.
That's a conversation for a different day. I'm not even. I'm not. And I know why they ain't gonna make that change, but we ain't even get into that.
Oh man.
I'm sorry, Braves fans. That's just that's the way the cookie crumbles, and he's not lying. If you get rid of the manager that you have now, put him in position, or y'all would definitely go places.
We definitely gonna win. If we
You
get
you
Ron
you
Washington, we going
definitely
to you at least with this squad. Only thing we just need to just keep the pitcher rotation needs to stay healthy. With this squad, bruh, we'll have a World Series appearance with Ron Washington. At least a World Series appearance.
no, you are absolutely right. I always hated the overuse of the three these days. Like everybody like to take the deep three for some odd reason. Cause don't get me wrong, I respect what Steph Curry and Klay Thompson them boys did for the game of basketball, like that 3 point marksman that they are. But everybody don't have that type of shot, and people feel like I remember somebody kind of try to what they call it now ratio me on Twitter due to the fact that they were trying to say like, well, if the analytics shows that 3 point shot is much better than the 2 point shot. Fool, that's how stupid you is in the sport. You don't need analytics to know that a 3 point shot is quote unquote better because for one, it's one more point than two, but it's not always the best damn shot. You take is you taking it's a lower chance of you making a shot because you shooting further from the basket. If I could go, if you take 5 threes and you make 2 of them, that's 6 points. But if I take 5 2 pointers and make 4 of those, that's 8 points. Who came out on top? You took two. You took five. I'm gonna say 25, 30 footers. I took 5 15 footers. But they all going in. Points is points. It don't matter how you get them. They still points. That's what I don't understand. Everybody want to say, let me go deep. Let me take the deep shot. We going for 35 feet. I don't care about none of that. You got to get the bucket. What made players like Dirk Nowitzki, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Tim Duncan, what made those guys great because they got buckets all over the floor. You ain't just had to sit at the 3 point line and just jack up threes. They got buckets in the paint. They got buckets in the mid range, and they were cut. And occasionally, when they see fit, they got bucket from long range. But you ain't got to shoot the three all the doggone time. It ruins the game. That's just dumb. Like I said, when it came to John Collins, you ain't got to say just because you open at the 3 point line, don't mean you got to take the three. Take a rhythm jumper inside the two inside mid range and make it. You a bucket from that area, you can make that shot. It's nothing to you. Just take the shot.
But just back on the topic, just of the fan base here, and like I said, we're not. And I saw Uncle Steve Lounge. He put something in the comment section. He said, "Let's keep it real. There are too many transplants here front as Atlanta fans," which he's telling the truth about. They show up when they're going to do good, claim their birth city, but when they lose, ATL, ATL all day over there. I get that, but I know I know some folks, all right, because I'm related to some, and I've been friends with some for a long time. I know there are people who cheer for the teams when they good, and then when they ain't doing well, they cheering for somebody else.
Yeah.
So like I said, I've been a fan. I've been on this earth 33 going on 34 years. And ever since I can remember, I've cheered for every team in this state outside of college football because my college football allegiance stands with Michigan, and it always will stand with Michigan. But I've seen good times when the Braves won the World Series in '95, when United won the MLS Cup in 2018. Even I even give Georgia Swarm their credit in 2017 when they won the lacrosse championship. And I done seen the worst. I was there when the Falcons lost the Super Bowl in '98. I was there when the Braves lost Game 7 of the World Series against the Minnesota Twins. I was there in '96 when when we was up 2 games against the Yankees, and the Yankees won the last 4 to pretty much still out.
Backdoor sweeper.
Yeah,
The backdoor sweep, y'all.
yeah. And I was there when in '99 when we had the Braves had the best squad that you can ever assemble in MLB, and we go on the World Series and go 0-4 against the Yankees. I was there all those division titles, we won, and then we only had one World Series to show up for it. I was there
13
all the
straight
hype.
division titles and one
Yeah,
World Series.
exactly. I was there. The hype around Mike Vick. Vick was gonna give us a championship, and he only took us to the playoffs 2 times. I was there when he got arrested, the dog scandal, and we had to start all over again, go 3-13, and then the next year we drafted Matt Ryan from Boston College.
Pump your brakes, young man. You wildin' right now.
What?
I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about what King said.
No, hey, I ain't gonna argue with that. But like, I was there all this time with the Hawks. Always every 4 years we in rebuild mode because what the general manager we have at the time, they felt like they built a good team and it wasn't good enough. So guess what? We got to have a fire sale and start all over again. I was there when we were awarded an NHL franchise, Atlanta Thrashers, in '97. They started playing in '99, and then 11 years later, they pretty much stripped the team away from us and sent them up there to Canada. I've been there, and I also was there too when Undertaker threw Mick Foley off the Hell in the Cell 20 some years ago, 25 years ago. I was there for that.
That was in Atlanta?
No, that wasn't out in Atlanta, but I just want
Oh.
to shout that
Boy.
out. But anyway, I was there for all that. And I'm still here. All right, it's okay as a fan. That's what happens. You're going to get your heart broken. It ain't going to be every single year you're going to just win championships. Yeah, we seen the Patriots be dominant all these years, but look what happened to them this year. They ain't even make the playoffs. Contrary to some fans here in this city that's Cam Newton fans, that y'all want this man to come to Atlanta so bad that y'all been capping for, he didn't even bring them to, he didn't even take them to the Super Bowl. He didn't even take them to the playoffs. Am I lying?
I mean, you're right, but since you brought that up, but can y'all please stop saying stuff like Matt Ryan take notes for Trey Young? Please stop that. What MVP does Trey Young have? He hasn't made a championship appearance. Matt has. Yes, Trey. Yes. Trey has made it to the Eastern Conference Final at a young age. But basketball and football is two totally different sports. Like Trey has to play offense and defense. Matt don't play defense. You can't expect Matt to go out there and give you and he balls out and give you a fantastic game, but then you lose a game off a last second TD, and then you'll say, "Well, it's Matt's fault you lost." That's crazy. That's just stupid. He don't play defense. Like
It
I
ain't just
mean,
that. It's a whole different sport. It's a whole different sport. Trey Young has been a pro for 3 years. Matt Ryan has been a pro for 13 years.
fit to be
That's another
14.
thing too. About to be 14 years. It's a whole different sport. And I saw somebody had a comment on Facebook about who would you rather have in the clutch spot, Matt Ryan or Trey Young. I answered. I said, well, if it's basketball, Trey Young, but if it's football, Matt Ryan. That's your answer right
I mean,
there.
I would say that due to the fact that, like you said, they play two different sports. It's not like Trey Young play football and Matt play basketball. Matt play football, Trey play basketball. It's as simple as that. One of them gonna be better than the other in they sport, respect the sport because that's what they've been trained their whole life to play. That don't make sense.
Atlanta Kid, what's good, man? He said, to be fair, Matt made the NFC Championship in 2012. Technically, the NFC Eastern Conference Finals, with when he was young, and I was there to witness the collapse. Yeah, we was there for that too.
Everybody, we was there for that too.
And yeah, there was supposed to have been a call made on that fourth and I forgot was it four and three, 4-2, something like that. And yeah,
And really, I mean, not only that, but then I mean, I ain't even looking at that. I still look at that play where Harry Douglas let the doggone turf monster tackle him. Like, bro, it was a walk in for a touchdown. You good. You straight.
mm-hmm.
Like, I don't understand that.
Yeah,
And
it
like
is, man.
people can say what they want to say about Atlanta being up in that game. Like, we was only up 10 points that game. People gotta understand that. Like, when we didn't have time, the score was 24-14.
With our defense, that was not enough points for that was not a good cushion for a good lead. It was
Exactly.
not.
Like, I mean, okay, and like I said, y'all understand, like, that's what we call adjustments. Because you gotta understand, like, we did like Matt went against literally like the number one and number two defense that year in back to back weeks. Seattle and San Francisco. So I mean, when you factor all that in, like Matt did his job the best of his abilities. Like your defense got to come up with something. Something. You let Kaepernick and Frank Gore run through your damn defense. Be that as it may, don't make it no better that you literally had your head coach had your starters play in a meaningless game against the Bucks to say, well, I just want to give them a little, something to go, for them to go in the postseason, and ultimately you lose your best pass rusher. John Abraham was non-existent in that postseason. Yeah, he played a couple of downs, but he wasn't the same. That's Mike Smith's fault. You do not do that. And you're right, Wallace. You can't compare both. And that's what we be trying to get folks to understand. Like we've seen people like bash the Falcons, especially Matt Ryan, for losses. But like these same Falcon fans you'll sit here and say, I've seen Matt go out there, throw 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, no fumbles, probably got sacked maybe once or twice. Damn good game. And if Matt would have done more, we won the game. But literally watch Lamar Jackson go stank it up in the playoffs. Well, his team ain't come to play. Are you serious? Buffalo
Yeah,
scored 10 points. They got the
that's
last 7 off a pick six from him.
and that was it. They only got they only got 10 points. That whole Baltimore playoff team, they only allowed what 17 points. I believe on what average they only allowed what like 10 points, 11 points, something like that, because they played Tennessee the week before, and Tennessee I think only scored with like 10 points,
Yeah, at
so
13, 13, 13.
13 points.
Yeah, they
So
lost.
you
They lost
only
the game. They lost the game 20-13.
so you only gave up 13 points for both games, but the defense,
Nah,
but you
13.
but
No, 10. 13 in the first game and 10 the second game.
10 the second game, yeah. So yeah, that's 11.5 average if you look at the average of it.
Right.
So yeah, so how
Now,
how
now,
you
now, look at Atlanta defense giving up points in there on average.
that's what I'm saying. Like how does that not help? You got a top defense.
Like, if y'all want to be honest, like I'm here to tell y'all people, prior to the later postseason appearances that we made and Matt's career, our defense was literally averaging giving up 34 points per game in the postseason
That is not good.
in 08, 2010, 2011, and 2012.
Man, Atlanta kid, you cooking tonight. He said the man has had Stark, Dirk, and many duds. Jamal Brown, Ben Garland guards for him, and he had a starting running back or Wash Gurley and Steven Jackson. Just ridiculous hates he gets. Yeah, they don't. That's the thing. They don't understand football. They think the quarterback should do everything. They think Matt Ryan should be this athletic running type quarterback that can escape
But
the
I don't
pocket.
give a damn how athletic you is.
I done said it so
You
many
not gonna
times.
outrun nobody behind you. You not gonna do nothing behind that line Matt has stood behind. We like when I tell you, like listen to the names that Matt has like protecting him: James Stone, Lamar Holmes, Peter
Yes.
Cons, Sam Baker, John Osmore, Mike Pearson. Like, are you serious? These are folks that was protecting him: Jamal Brown, James Carpenter. Like, these are the people that was protecting him, and y'all expect this man to be successful? Like, if we be, I'm being, if y'all want to be honest about this situation, the line of 2016 wasn't even that good.
Yeah, it was just the scheme. The scheme we was running, it hid the imperfections of the offensive line,
Exactly.
and that's where I give Kyle Shanahan his credit. He knew how to scheme, and this is why I like Arthur Smith so much because he does the same similar thing, but he's an offensive line minded coach. That's his skill, and this is what we've been needing this whole time. We need someone who knows the trenches and knows the trenches well. So
And I just another thing I want y'all Atlanta fans to please start doing this more often. Maybe you will learn. Maybe it won't be so hard on y'all when y'all take losses. Be humble at times. You cannot win a game in a damn series and get to talking big shit like you just won the series. It's one game. One game.
I like
Stop
this
with the
question. I like this question by Ayers. He said, "Do you see there being a divide between old and new fans?" No, because you got some old fans out there who say dumb stuff too. I'm a content creator, and that's one thing I do. Get I get comments from people. I look my whole timelines, no matter which social media platform it is. I see it all, and I see people old and young, black and white, male, female. It doesn't matter. You see people that say just dumb stuff all the time about not just the Falcons. Not it can be Braves, Hawks, United, Bulldogs, Tech. They say crazy stuff. So
I'm gonna give an example. Is a particular fan that got out and he came out and said, now he said he been a fan. He said he old enough to remember the too legit to quit team, but this man really came out and said, Atlanta won't win nothing unless they get an N word under center. Yeah, just idiotic. Just
yeah,
that's just completely idiotic. Like, why would you? uh, what does your skin color got to do with you being a win or a success? Like people act like a quarterback grow on trees. Like you just gonna find a quarterback all day, every day. Like Matt is the best thing not only for the Falcons organization, but the NFL has seen. Like people on the contrary, what folks may believe, Matt is one of the best QBs that played this game.
And
He's
this is the
definitely
thing.
one of the best.
And this, I'm glad you brought that up because I've, I don't know how this got on my timeline on Twitter, but a Chicago Bears tweet, all right, on Justin Fields, and I'm like, let me just go look in here and see what's going on. I looked in there, there was a few Falcons fans. Man, you look good in black and red. I'm like, bruh, the draft was April 29th. All right. Literally almost 2 months ago.
Mm.
And y'all still talking about Justin Fields. Y'all still in the Bears comments talking about wishing this man to be a Falcon. Look, only way you can make this somehow happen if Justin Fields being a Falcon, guess what? In several weeks, Madden 22 will come out. You can buy the game. When you put the game in your console, which is either PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, whatever, turn it on and go pick your favorite team, the Falcons, and go ahead and make the trade for Justin Fields. And that's the only way you gonna get close to having Justin Fields as an Atlanta Falcon.
But when you do that, make sure you play on all Madden and see how well you do. Don't play on rookie mode now. Put on all Madden
And don't
and
try
see
to play
how
on
well you
rollback
do.
neither. And don't
Yeah,
try to play on rollback.
no, no, no. You know what? Do that. Go ahead and put yourself in Cap Hill.
Well, they got to keep the sliders on. They got to keep the sliders on for the cap
It-
thing, because then they ain't gonna be able to do it.
I mean, if you trade a couple first round picks or something like that, they'll trade them back. They'll trade them back. I mean, Tennessee will trade them back, and then now you're gonna be in Cap Hill trying to dang just throw deep ball passes to the Julio the whole time. Try to scramble with Justin Fields like he Vic, and watch him get sacked. So like I said, man, at the end of the day, like folks got to understand, we have to bring up how long the Broncos dog. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Exactly.
I wish people understand that. Like the Dolphins literally has been searching for they quarterback since Marino retired. They have
Let's
not
look at
found him yet,
the Jets. They haven't found anybody since Joe Namath.
and he was trash.
They ain't have. I ain't seen them have a franchise quarterback since.
Never. Hey, have y'all realized the people that stood on the thing, the Jet Center? You talking about old Brett Favre, old Michael Vick? Excuse my language for all the children. Shits Patrick, Fitz Tragic, Fitz Pit Six, like whatever you want to call them. Like, yeah, he. Key stupid, but like you see them had them Chad Pennington, Vinny Testaverde. I mean Sam Donald. Now, I mean the list go on and on. Like they've been searching for a franchise QB and have not found them yet. So I mean, I don't understand why people feel like it's the move. It's really not. We just gonna call it what it is not. It really is not the move. Like we've been watching people trying to find their franchise quarterback since they Hall of Fame quarterback retired. Elway retired, they've been searching. Marino retired, they've been searching. Hell, Steve Young retired, they've been searching. I mean, let's be honest here. Hell, Tennessee. I mean, even with Tennessee, when McNair left, they ain't been the same.
Yep, they haven't. They had Jake Locker. They
Oh,
had Marcus Mariota.
Zach Mettenberger.
Oh man,
Zach
man. Then they, oh yeah, they had what's the dude name? Kerry Collins at one point.
Oh God.
Which yeah, they did make the playoffs that year,
And got
but because
smacked
they but
in the
because the
second
run game,
round.
it because they run game, and then they had a good defense.
And Baltimore smacked them in the second round. Come on, man.
Yep.
Like you could like the list goes on with quarter like franchises been looking for quarterbacks and have not found them. Like it's not hard. It's not easy to just find one out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're doing this. Go back to the other guy.
Wallace said another thing fans don't understand that Matt Ryan is going under his sixth OC and fourth OC since 2015, and is still in the top quarterbacks in the league at the end of the year, which is true.
And that's crazy when you think about that. Cause you seen cause this man and since 15 you had Sark, Shanahan, Sark, Cutter, and now Arthur Smith. And that's since 2015. That was just 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't seen that many OCs.
And Drew Brees had the same one, and same coach from 06 until he left.
He retired.
Like a few months ago. Like, come on now.
Like Matt has never been blessed like that. And and what about our defensive play callers? We had Brian Van Gorder, Mike Nolan, Richard Smith, Dan Quinn, Marquand Manuel, Raheem Morris. Like, come on, man.
Dream. I remember that. Everybody wanted Raheem Morris to be the head coach.
The head coach? Are you kidding me?
He doing the same thing.
He doing it. You literally watching Dan Quinn and Carter, and you want this man to be your head coach. Like, but you say you want to win championships. Come on, bro.
And folks talking about watch he go out there Los Angeles and have a top defense. It ain't because of him.
It ain't gonna because of him.
You got Aaron Donald though. You got Aaron Donald. You already got a good
Great coaching is when you could be able to do something with nothing. Or I mean, and the crazy part of the Atlanta defense ain't really that bad. You do have Deion Jones, Grady Jarrett, and whatnot. Like but they're not being put in the right positions for them to be successful.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
A little bit. I mean, I hear you.
Alright, he said my mic is so quiet.
It is kind of low, but you can talk a little louder.
Let me see. Y'all just need to move up a little bit. That's all. Alright. What's good, TJ? Said another thing that fans don't understand that Matt Ryan's going under his sixth.
We just read this one.
I already said that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's okay. We getting to y'all stuff. Just
who knows? The Saints might be another team that won't find their QB in a decade at the very least since Brees retired, and that's a very strong possibility. Like right now, they doing a toss up between Jameis Winston and crab leg and a Swiss Army knife. That's their toss up right now. So they got to try to see if they can find them a new QB. If one of those guys gonna pan out, or can they draft one or sign one? Like they don't like it happens. I said it's plenty of people that been out here been trying to find a franchise QB. I mean, folks thinking like I said, people seem like that crap grow on trees. Like, I mean, hey, look at Philly. Look how many QBs Philly done went through. Six McNabb left. They done had Kevin Cobb. They done had Vic. They done had Carson Wentz. They done had Nick Foles. They done had now they got who the boy is now? Jalen Hurts. Like, come on. Washington the same way. They been searching. It is not easy to find you a franchise quarterback. But back what I was saying earlier, I need fans to be more humble than what they are. Like, you get upset because you done talked all that trash on the timeline, and as soon as you take a loss and folks get on your head, now y'all emotional. You want to start attacking people. Talking about people for fat, overweight, this, that, and third. Listen, let me tell you something. I mean, I know I'm husky. Ain't no denying that. I'm very husky. But at the end of the day, that don't mean nothing. I'm still sexy. Now you can talk
I
about
agree
my
with that.
weight and my looks all you want to. That don't negate the fact that your team still lost. Just quit talking trash. And it won't be so hard on you. Every time you get a good thing going, you boast your chest out and this and that. I be telling folks all the time, anything can happen. But of course, folks tell me, well, you a Lakers fan, so and the irony of you talking trash. I wasn't when we were winning titles. I was never talking trash because I know the series could change at any given time. An injury or anything of that nature that could turn your series all the way around. You don't know that. So me boasting after 1 or 2 games don't mean nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It means absolutely nothing. The only time I started boasting is when the series over with that team. That's when I get to boasting. To do you at D quiz your DC? That's a problem.
Man, the Cowboys got so many issues right now, and they just added
I mean, to
longtime
be honest with you,
Latravis. And
if and see, this is why Quinn should have been out the door because hey, y'all could have literally had Mike McCarthy get fired last year after week 2, but
now,
by you blowing that lead,
now I give the Cowboys some credit. They did have a good draft. I give them that. They had a good draft, but let's see how they can develop these players.
and because the coaching staff that they got, they not player developers.
Yeah, we
You
know
clearly
off
seen
top
that
with
with Mike
Mike
McCarthy
McCarthy and Dan Quinn,
and
they
Quinn.
cannot develop players. Yeah,
Exactly.
everybody will Mike McCarthy here on Aaron Rodgers. Okay, yeah, one out of how many players he developed up there in Green Bay?
Hold on, somebody said McCarthy did what now?
Develop Aaron Rodgers.
I would give Rogers way more credit than
Exactly.
that.
I'm like, no, no.
Like I would like if we be honest, McCarthy kept his job because of Rogers as long as he did. If without Rogers, McCarthy would have been out. He would have been out the door. Wentz can't stay healthy, don't sleep. I mean, well, I'm gonna say this: when Wentz is back with Frank Wright, who helped him, who was his
This
offensive
season.
coordinator when he had his best year, so he could still probably put up some numbers. But like I said, but the point I'm saying is like folks just like these like a lot of these people be trying to get rid of these QB like Matt like you said like you could just get rid of Matt and you're gonna immediately find the next person that's gonna take over what he's done. You're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
And if you get
Atlanta
rid of Matt and let Matt go to a team that got a defense, Matt would definitely win a championship way before Atlanta see one.
Atlanta kid said, yeah, elite. He said, and they said he had an elite defense in mind. All the good scenarios were Will Muschamp and Pete Carroll's defense, which I've been saying for years now. Like Dan Quinn has never proven on his own to have an elite defense. He always been tagged along with the head coach who was a defensive minded coach. But hey,
And Gus Bradley was a decent DC as well.
mm-hmm.
So that goes to show you.
Paul Mack, who is Paul Mack?
Hey, Paul, you spelled it exactly right too.
Mm-hmm. Don't
He
play with
spelled
me.
it exactly how I meant it.
Hold
Don't
on,
play.
Wallace. They said, hold on, let me breathe. He said, Don, I heard they're going to put Parsons at DE instead of his true position at linebacker. Vic Beasley
They
all
are
over again.
all over again. Vic Beasley all over again. Vic Beasley all over again.
Oh man, that man do not learn, bud. He do not
Vic
learn.
Beasley all over again. Now I got to talk to some Cowboy fans and see what that's true. Because if
Yeah,
that is,
I'm
I'm
about to
a
hit up some people.
if that's true, I'm gonna be dying laughing because you literally fit the y'all really fit to watch Vic Beasley reincarnate. People like, dang boy, they spent the top pick on that man and he ain't doing nothing. Yeah, because Dan Quinn.
Yeah,
He
you got to
basically
put him in the
Vic
right
Beasley that
position.
man.
Exactly.
Because when Beasley came out of college, he was a 3-4 outside linebacker. You got the man playing defense end. He's not
Man,
built for the DN.
dude only 245 pounds, and you having this man lined up against over 300-pound tackles. Come on, man. That doesn't make sense at all. Oh, my goodness, man. I'm glad his behind ain't here no more.
Boy, thank you. Vic Beasley, oh my lord! Like, let me tell y'all something. Before y'all go crazy on Beasley, Beasley could have been better than what he was. Beasley was just so misused. It's ridiculous. That man was never. If you look back at it, Beasley was not never playing the same position every year he been here. He was never playing the same position. One year you DN, next thing you know you're a 4-3 outside linebacker. Then on pass downs you back to playing DN. Then we switch to a three. Then like we doing like a 3-4 hybrid defense. So you playing outside linebacker. Like you're never in the right position.
Well,
Never in the right position.
no, when
Every
you put
year he
him
was doing
back,
something different.
when you put him back at linebacker in like was that 2019, he got 8 sacks. He walked out the door with
He
8 sacks.
walked out of that with 8 sacks. Well, I don't care what you say. He walked out of that with eight
That
sacks. He led the team in
but
sacks.
I'm trying to figure out, and I'm not trying to start an argument thing, but who else on the team had more sacks than him?
In the words of Keith Sweat, nobody, baby.
Like that's the thing. I'm not finna sit up here and say Vic Beasley is an All Pro player or whatever. Like, I'm not finna say nothing like that.
I
But
mean, well,
like,
hold up, because you can, because he actually do has all pro to his resume.
oh yeah, I forgot
He
he
was
was on
first team.
2016. Yeah, he was. But here's my thing: when coaching can prevent your development. And yes, when he was all pro and he was a sack leader in 2016, that was his second season. He was nowhere near yet developed yet. He was still learning his game. And Dan Quinn wanted to pretty much experiment on the man. You can't do that. You
Like he
literally
was trying to
can't.
come into his own at that position, and then literally had that man playing 4-3 outside linebacker the following year.
Mm,
That don't go. That just don't go.
boarding school. Dang. I'm glad you out. Shoot.
Yeah, I'm
Boy,
not joking because look at the two linebackers that they have now. So which one are you going to take off the field for part? Wow, he's not lying either when you think about it.
what?
Because he was saying like if you think about the linebacker, they got Jalen Smith and Vander Edge. So you gonna take them off the field for Parsons? You're not doing that.
Mm,
And if
yeah,
you're running a 4-3 defense, if they're running the 4-3 defense, then what Parsons gonna be at?
I get it, but still, I don't know, man. I won't Dan Quinn just go to a 3-4 defense? Just go to a
Cause
three
he like
four,
that cover three, don't you know? Shoot, that cover three with him Marine.
bro. What's good, Dave? He said, "Hey, I have a strange feeling the Hawks will win the next 2 games. Well, I have no ideas. Let's go, let's go. Hey, I hope so. If we
I mean,
can, man,
I
that'll
mean,
be.
it's good to be optimistic, dog. Like you supposed to. This your team. You
Mm,
supposed to root for your team. It ain't over until it's over. That's the problem. I I mean, I tell you about that. It's never over until all 4 games is won. So you could clearly still win the series. It is not over.
mm.
I believe he will with
Yeah,
Dean Pease as our DC.
I
I
said
believe he'll step up.
I said Walker, and I also said Isaiah Oliver. Those are guys, and I'm gonna say John Kaminsky as well. Don't sleep on those 3 guys, and that's all I'm gonna say on that. As far as this new scheme, this defensive scheme we're gonna run.
I'm definitely ready to see what Kaminsky do in that front. I think Kaminsky would be that underrated impact player.
Mm-hmm. Everybody saying Marlon Davis. I think Marlon Davis is gonna do well, but Kaminsky, mm, yeah,
Because I've seen Kaminsky flash
yeah.
on my team on my
On the tape,
screen. Yeah,
yeah.
on
Just going
tape.
back and
Like
watching tape, yeah.
yeah, like but I mean I ain't got nothing against Davis, and I just like he hasn't flashed to me yet. But Kaminsky has. Yeah, you're right. Quinn do play a lot of nickel defense, which is stupid as well.
If he does, linebackers are set DN for you, Makai. That I think that's what's the real
If
problem.
if it, if we being honest, if just on paper, that's the strongest core on our defense, our linebacker group.
Mm-hmm. And
We
then you're gonna,
we still
and
got
then
to
you're
see
gonna
what our
have,
defensive line got to do, and we definitely got to see what our back end got to do with our DBs.
and Dante Fowler's gonna be in that set too because we run 3-4. Because they already
Yeah.
DP's already said Dante Fowler's gonna be linebacker, outside
Okay,
linebacker.
so okay. There you go, outside linebacker. I feel like that's bit well because didn't hold on because didn't the Rams run a 3-4 defense?
Yeah, but I tell people this all the time. If you want to know how a team, what defense is a team run, if you don't, because I know some of y'all don't want to go out there and watch tape. I get it. Just go online to Google and you look at the coaching staff for each team. If if a team has an outside linebacker coach and a linebackers coach, they run a 3-4. Because your outside linebackers have a different assignment than your actual inside linebackers do.
That's true.
Now, if a team only has just one linebackers coach, they run in a 4-3. How do I know? I'm a defensive guy. I coached defense before. I know it. So just trust me on that.
He's
All right.
definitely not lying. He's definitely not lying.
All right. Yeah, I want to see Comiskey and Marlon get at it for reps. Oh yeah. That's what I'm waiting for, man.
Do we still got us a knot?
I think so. I think so.
I wonder how they could fit him in the rotation.
Yeah. And Oliver at safety, I think that could be a positive. That's why I say I'm ready for training camp. I'm ready for preseason games because I want to see where they're gonna line up Oliver at. I'm really thinking they're gonna end up putting him at safety because we got so many
But I mean,
talented.
from what I've seen, like he listed as a safety.
Yeah, we just talked about tonight. I don't think they're gonna pull the plug on him, just like they didn't pull the plug on Quadre Olison. Like
That's actually
those
false,
guys they
dog.
never.
That's actually false. Cause Sanat, like the time Sanat has played, Sanat has like had the highest grade amongst the defense.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's really kind of false. Cause like I said, that man has had like when he got his snaps and his reps, the dude left the game with like some of the highest grades on the team, if not the highest grade on defense. So like Sanat be producing. It's that the coaches, the previous coaching staff just wasn't giving him a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a point there, because I mean, from the looks of our DNP's defenses ran, he wants he wants to be able to put his safeties in coverages where they could be able to cover a man cover while you doing like zone or like you don't if you run like a zone blitz or a man blitz or whatever the case may be, can your safeties be able to cover on their own for for that short period of time? Like I mean like Oliver, I mean we seen Oliver have his struggles, but I mean it could be different with this scheme. So it's a very possible chance that he can
Oliver
succeed.
Oliver is very smart, and I feel like he can play safety. It just the thing that's hindering him is like his feet and his reaction time when he's trying to cover someone. Like I don't
Right.
think he's good at it. Just I know in college I seen him play man, but it didn't translate to the NFL for some reason. So and even just still just playing cover three and playing zone for the past few years, I think he's been trying to learn that. So put him at safety. Let's see what we can do with him at that. You know. So that's all I gotta say about yeah, man, we've been asking about Oliver for the past 5 minutes. So yeah, we good, man. But anyway.
That man.
But this all right, anything else y'all want to talk about before we go ahead and close it out for the night?
I just want y'all fan base to do better. Support your teams. I've been saying that for the longest. Support the team, but don't go overly aggressive with it. Be supportive. Be supportive. Don't get to talking trash like you just like you just the world beaters, because you're not. You can lose at any given time. You see what happened to the Nets. The Nets thought they were world beaters, and guess what? They're at the house right now. At DT spot. Then go back. Go back.
Go ahead.
Quinn played more DNs at DT spot when he started running more nickel defense, and that's why Sanat was not getting playing time. after his rookie year. And you're right, because I hated seeing that crap too. Like that what made it easy for teams to run the ball on us. All they did was just like guy in the set where they know we were gonna run nickel and ran the ball down our throat because you small in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we was lighting the ass on the defensive line when Quinn was here, which is why teams impose their will on us. Um, that's what's up, man. I think oh yeah, I met Eric Sauber too at camp. Back in I want to say 2019 before they traded him to New England or whatever. I what the Hawks got to do to win tomorrow? Players just got to step
Energy,
up. Players just got to step up,
energy.
and you know Trey Young may not suit up tomorrow, and players just got to set up. They got to step up and play ball. Be smart.
Energy. Y'all do not need to be letting people out rebound y'all when y'all got more jerseys in the paint than them. Energy.
Mm-hmm. What's your
Energy
Russell?
plays a lot in the sport of basketball.
Exactly.
On Jalen Graham, are we going to possibly run three tight end sets? Of course.
Yeah.
Of course we run a three tight end set. That's the beauty of having a Hayden Hurst and a Kyle Pitts on your team, because those are legitimate receiver threats,
Man, let me
and
be
you can
real
run three
with you.
tight end.
Hayden Hurst is already a linebacker's nightmare. Already, if we keeping it a book,
Right.
you just drafted one of the best tight ends prospects that ever come out of college football, and then you got Jaden Graham, who we know, is good as well. He's a serviceable tight end, highly serviceable tight end. Like, man, we're gonna be cooking in the middle of the field, man.
Oh, and that's what people don't understand. Like Matt love throwing to his tight ends and throwing around the scene, bro. Them are mismatches. I said with Kyle Pitts is already a mismatch nightmare for any defensive player in the league. The dude has the speed and the size. Like a lot, most linebackers gonna be too slow to guard him, and most safeties gonna be too small to guard him. So the man runs a 4.4 in a 40. Like don't get me wrong, you got some speedy linebackers these days, but like it's gonna be hard to really guard this man with his size. And then like you said with Hayden Hurst, he's a mismatch nightmare on his own. So like if you could run plays like having like Pitts do a clear out and let Hayden Hurst just do work underneath. Like you can make some things happen with them too.
Exactly. Taja Sharp.
Who says he's a number two receiver? We ain't made it
I
through camp yet.
yeah. I look that number two receiver. That has to me. I think Russell Gage earned that, man. For now, if unless Sharp goes in to training camp and play a phenomenal preseason and take that number two spot,
I mean, hold on now. I mean, cause I've seen Sharp in action. Sharp is
he's
decent,
good. He's real
and
good.
and
He,
well,
he
let's be
good. He
honest,
good.
and he playing with a quarterback in Matt. We all know Matt made anybody look better.
Better. Exactly. I'm not saying that he cannot be number two. He can very well be a number two receiver. But what I'm saying is Russell Gage, like the man had what 800 yards last year, receiving yards.
True. But I think Gage do. I think Gage. I mean, I ain't saying he can't be a number two option, but I can say that Gage does do his damage in that slot position. Like
Yeah,
he murking in that slot position. I wouldn't want him on the outside per se, not all the time.
yeah. I seen him on the outside and he made some phenomenal catches. So
Right.
we seen it before.
I seen it, but I wouldn't want him out there all the time. Like I would want him to be stay in that slot area where he's really known for.
Yeah, we have Clint Capella, but we still get our rebound and
Can I add the fact that like I don't get me wrong, I like Capella for y'all team, but this is why I wanted Drummond to be in Atlanta so bad, due to the fact that Drummond was literally a walking 2020 guy. Now don't get me wrong, I know what y'all gonna say. Well, he didn't perform as well in LA. No, he didn't. But let's be honest here, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all might call me a hater for saying this. A lot of people don't perform to the best of their abilities playing next to Bron. Like people may, on the contrary, of what folks believe, people do not play well with LeBron. Like especially when you used to doing things your own way or whatnot. Like if you used to being the guy on your team, Like playing with LeBron ain't your forte. Like, cause he's ball dominant. And like I said, Drummond, I watched Drummond be a walking 2020. The man literally was a walking 2020. 20 points, 20 rebounds. And him in Atlanta would have been good because he could be a defensive presence in that paint. But not saying Capella is trash, but somebody that's bigger and make like Giannis would have to definitely fight through a guy like that.
Exactly. Cordell Patterson be back up to Mike Davis on line up at receiver. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you something better. I really feel like Quadri Olson's gonna have a good training camp and good preseason, and I feel like he's gonna be back up to Mike Davis.
I don't think, yeah, I don't think Cordell Patterson gonna be our number two. It don't
He's
even
gonna
make
be
sense.
more he's relegated to be the return specialist. So you're not gonna ask this man to return the ball and then also be the number two behind Mike Davis. And let's be real, I
Not at his
explained
age
my
anyway.
thing. Mike Davis is not a feature back, so Mike Davis will get the significant snaps as the RB1, but you better damn well be prepared for Quadri Olson. And people gonna find out who the hell this kid is this year.
And I'm
It's
gonna be
about
honest with
time.
you. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. While people playing, folks better be defenses better be scared because you looking at two big backs running at you all game.
Exactly.
When you got a person like Mike Davis and a person like Andre, a person like Mike Davis and Quadra Olison coming at you for 4 quarters, yeah, two
Yeah,
backs that make up one Turner.
exactly.
Everybody know how Turner was. You play when you play with Turner, like people got tired of hitting Turner for 4 quarters. You can do the same with Quadra Olison and Mike Davis. People get tired of hitting both of them boys in for 4 quarters.
We need to draft either a quarterback or a running back in the early rounds of 2022. We're gonna have to commit taking one of the two.
You don't necessarily got to take no QB in no early
You
round,
don't
dude.
need and not no running back neither. Definitely no to a running back, but not even a quarterback.
Exactly.
Like next year, you see what's gonna end up happening. All right. So we gave Calvin Ridley his 50th option. Are we gonna
Right.
pay this man, or are we gonna have to find this replacement?
Right.
That's a question that you have to answer as well. Also, I think next year I think early 2023, you have an out for Jake Matthews' contract. You are gonna have to look for a left tackle if you want to move on. If you want to pay Jake Matthews a lot of money. Our defensive line still ain't complete yet. We don't know yet. We don't know yet. We'll see what happens this season. Like I said, you got Kaminsky and Marlon Davis and all these guys.
That's not even factoring the fact that we literally got to get rid of stop. We got to get rid of pay McGarry and Lindstrom too. Because if you
Exactly.
talking about 2022, like that's going like this is their third. This season coming up now would be their third season. Next year
I
will be their
really,
fourth season.
I really feel like they're gonna end up. They're gonna keep tuning up this offensive line. You see You see how we drafted this year. We drafted on Mayfield and Dahlman, and then we
Right.
also brought in some key players in undrafted free agency and in free agency. Like
All right.
the emphasis is to protect Matt Ryan and to open up holes so our running backs can run. So ready to go, ready, ready to be quiet the whole show. He said commit to taking a
They can
QB. You
run
really want to reach for a QB.
He came out of nowhere with that
Yeah, he know
one.
he watching the show. I'm like, oh man.
You knew that. You knew that triggered that man.
If we restructure Grady, you think we'll use the money to sign one more guy? I think so. I think so.
Oh, are we talking about for this year or what?
This year.
Because they already done said they've been looking at some folks. They just ain't put a trigger on nobody yet.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely been looking at they've been looking at some folks. Oh, he said he just got here.
Yeah, we about to head on out here in a second though. But yeah, it all depends, man. I feel like we get some more money, man. I feel like we should just sit on the money. We ain't got to go out there and get anybody that's spectacular. You get somebody that just to fill the depth chart up, or just bring somebody in to compete and count. and roll what you have. Save that money because you never know, somebody might go down in the middle of the season, and you gonna have to sign somebody to to bring in.
Right.
So just because you got money don't mean you need to just be spending it willy nilly.
And
Save it
and
for
that's what
a
people
rainy
got to
day.
understand about that, especially in football. You got to have money put back just in case, because we all know injuries is part of the game.
Hmm. Okay, he has to fall to us to even have a chance at getting him. Yeah, like it all depends on where we fall in the draft next year. I don't look. It's about to be July. I really don't want to talk about the draft right now. Like I want to
Exactly.
see what we have with this team. We may look. I made my prediction. I know we'll win more than 4 games this year. With the coaching staff that we have and the improvements that we made with this team, we'll win more than 4 games. I don't
And
know how
we got
many.
actually one of the weaker schedules this year. Not saying that mean anything, but but like I said, like I mean, when the Tennessee beat writer was on your show months ago, and it was like on paper the Falcons was a better team than the Titans. In hindsight, he's not lying. We had one of the toughest schedules last year. If not, I think we were like top 3 in like schedule ranking, and we literally lost most of our games due to just coaching.
Coaching. There were like I counted and there was like 6. I know some people say 8. There were 6 legit games that we lost because of poor coaching, not making the adjustments when they needed.
Exactly.
And we won only 4 games. You add 6 to that 4, we would have been a playoff team.
10-6. And like you said, when you said people said 8, so if you add the extra 2 games to that 6, should that you 12-4, so you fighting for a top seed.
Hmm. I think Hawkins will get some play time.
Definitely, I believe that young man would definitely. This is why, like, that go back to the Cordell Patterson question. I like Patterson would get reps, no doubt, but I would probably see Patterson be more of a gadget player, like utilized throughout the course of the offense as in running back and wide receiver and stuff like that. But Hawkins gonna definitely see his fair share of reps. Like
Yeah,
from what I've seen from that man gonna definitely get some reps.
yeah, I agree. What's good, Miles? All right, y'all. We about to go ahead and end the show. Appreciate everybody who tuning in live. If you're watching this at a later time, make sure you hit us up in the comment section. What's your thoughts? We talked about just Atlanta sports fans in general. How the negativity of the fan base rub rub us the wrong way. So let us know your thoughts on that. Once again, Latravis, man, appreciate you coming on, spilling your
No
piece
problem, man. No problem.
about it, man. Let everybody know where they can find you.
Y'all can find me on Twitter, at wordplay kid, at wordplay underscore kid 26 on Twitter. A lot of jokes, a lot of laughs. Like I've been on sports, but I've been lacking on it. Because my team out of it. But I do be watching the Hawks. Because I want to see them succeed. I mean, at the end of the day, y'all the home team. Y'all the home state team. Of course, I want to see y'all succeed. Even though if it ever came to a Hawks Lakers finals, yeah, I hope we get y'all up out of here. but like at the end of the day, y'all still the home team, so I definitely want y'all to be successful. But like I said, for me, most part, you just gonna see a lot of laughs, a lot of jokes, and whatnot. But when football season kick off, you're gonna see a lot more takes, and be on the lookout because there will be a podcast coming soon.
I can't wait to see it, man. And I appreciate everybody who watching. Once again, let me not forget this. Thank y'all to everybody. Look, I know I've been out, for the past few weeks. Just life in just general, just been so busy. Summertime, kids out of school. I'm around kids every day. So just taking care of stuff around here around the house, trying to get stuff set for the fall. Just making improvements with FILA and Georgia Sports Hospitality and Media. And shouts out to everybody who congratulated me and my newly fiance Casey on our engagement. We appreciate that so much. I don't want to forget that. Hopefully I ain't missing anything else. But yeah, go ahead and sub to the channel. We on the road to 3K. Hopefully we'll be there by football season and on Labor Day. So hey, Kingsville will be tomorrow. Game 4 tomorrow at State Farm Arena in downtown Atlanta. So hey, let's wake up tomorrow on a positive mind and cheer the team out, man. No matter what happens tomorrow, hey, let's be positive. That's all I can ask y'all. On that note, you new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this content out with Atlanta Sports Fanatics, and hit us up in the comment section. As always, come holler at your hometown sports
Now Sports
podcast.
Podcast.
This is your boy, The Don. Another episode of The Don's Favorite here on Forever I Love Atlanta Sports Podcast. Y'all have a great evening. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Be humble.
Be humble.